a motion. The floor is open for a motion to adopt this agenda to form our working tool for the evening. All in favor? A motion, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please, may I have your attention? We are not going to be here all night. The floor is open for a motion to adopt this agenda to form our working tool for the evening.
Mr. President, if I can be recognized, I move that the agenda be adopted for discussion.
That's been moved by Mr. Segwe. Can I get a second, please? That's been moved and seconded. All in favor, yea?
Yea.
All opposed, you share the same right. The yeas have it. This is secondary, not general consensus. Let me call your attention to line item number 5 on your agenda. You have a copy of the minutes. Again, the assembly will be accorded 5 minutes to peruse the minutes, and thereafter we'll entertain
It's on Facebook.
no.
Come on, people have practiced it.
Shortly after the 5 minutes, we'll discuss the agenda, the minutes from last month. Thereafter, the floor will be open for it to be accepted to form part of our archives. Ladies and gentlemen, please. I know this is an election fever pitch day, but please, we have regular order to exhaust.
I'm sorry I'll be in and out, taking care of so many things at the same time.
If we do not exhaust regular order, we'll not get to elections. So please, the quicker we do this, the quicker we can get to elections. The floor is open 5 minutes to read through these minutes from last month. Thereafter, the assembly will be accorded the floor to make a motion to accept it to form our archives if barring corrections and otherwise any form of discrepancies that we need to fix. Again, we have 5 minutes, please.
If you need the minutes, I have the copies here with me. Just put your hand up. Anyone need a copy of the agenda and the minutes? I have it.
Use of the minutes. At this point, the floor is open for a motion to accept and adopt this agenda, otherwise discuss anything therein so as to make corrective measures. The floor is open. Folks, the floor is open for us to deal with these minutes. Barring no corrections, the floor is open for a motion.
Jesus Christ, this is a pure waste of my time today.
There's a lot of new members who don't know how your stuff works.
Mr. President, in the
We're
interest
just
of
sitting and
speeding up
looking.
the meeting, since the 5 minutes have been exhausted, if I'm recognized by the floor, I'll move that we accept the agenda as written.
The minutes it has been moved that the minutes by Mr. Sekwe, that the minutes as written, as presented to you, be accepted to form part of our archives. Can I entertain a second, please? It has been moved and seconded. All in favor, yea? All opposed, you share the same rights. Mr. Secretary, the yeas have it. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'm going to call on, for very brief, informative measures, the chair, our illustrious chair of the Community Center Committee, Mrs. Henrietta Akalasi, to appraise you of a couple of events that she has. Very quickly.
Good evening, everybody. I want to thank you all for being here this evening. I have a couple of things to share with you. We've been announcing our gospel concert for quite a while. Now the tickets are out, the flyers are out. The tickets are $7 for adults and they're $1 for children. So it's going to be held on February 23rd in Lawrenceville, 242 Swanson Drive. If you have any questions, you can come by to the table. I have tickets. Some of the young adults in here also have tickets for sale. We have flyers. Just help us spread the word. As we have it packed in here tonight, that's how we want to have it packed at the gospel concert, please. That's the first thing. The second thing is I also have pledge cards at the table. For those who have not made pledges or who have made pledges and feel like it has not been followed up and needs to be followed up, you guys just stop by the table, grab a pledge card, and fill it out for me. We'll contact you. You can make a pledge today if you like, or you can post a check, or you can just fill out the pledge card and we'll follow up with you in a few weeks. And third, last but not least, we're going to be giving out children's clothes tonight from the age 15 female down. But we passed out this form and we'd like for you all to fill it out and put the name of the, the ages of the children and if it's a girl or boy. And from there we can try to work on the sizes and we'll pick them out and give you guys the clothes tonight. They're name brand clothes, they're brand new, they're from Jamboree, Oshkosh, and Carter's. So. I'm going to read the disclaimer because I don't want anybody to not notice it. These clothes are donations. These stores are very well put together. They have scanned every single item that they give us, down to the hair clips. Please do not try to return them. If you try to return them, you're punishable under the law if they decide that. LAMA would not hold and take responsibility for that. We have the disclaimer on the bottom of the form. Please do not try to return them. Thank you.
Return them to
the stores.
Right.
Do not try to return them to the stores. You can return them to LAMA if you such please, but do not return them to the stores. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the young lady has a beautiful voice. You might not have heard her. I got ugly voice, you will hear me. We have a gospel concert coming up. It's on the 23rd. Tickets and flyers are here. Please pick them up. This community center matter is very, very, very serious. Your coming here tonight demonstrates that. Please pick up your tickets. Please pick up flyers. We need everybody to chip in. We started a baseline of $100. March 15th is our deadline. Please, we can't keep going from hall to hall. Part of the services you'll find in this community center, we already started. We started with clothes. We're doing food pantry. We'll have education and other things. But we need to get a place. And this young lady and her team, they are doing very, very, very well. And you guys need to do your part. Thank you. On that note, without further ado, local line item number 7. The program and planning chair lady is helping back there, so I'll do this for her real quick. One of the biggest programs we have is coming up. Please save this date. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, please lend me your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, please.
It will be really hard for the noise back there to stop. So you're focused on these people that are here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our inaugural program. It's on the 5th of April. LAMA's inaugural program is on the 5th of April. We had these tickets set up at $30 single first, but everybody told us we needed to reduce the price so that everybody can come in. As of today, the prices are as follows: $20 for single, $35 for couple, and $100 for VIP. That is what we have now. We plead with all of us, on that day we'll be begging everybody, and we are pleading with you again, to please come out so that we can make this community center dream a reality. Together all of us can succeed. If union strong, success is sure. We need, upon the conduct of all of us here, would depend the fate of all of us. Each of us, our conduct would depend the fate of all of us. If we decide to conduct ourselves in sitting back and waiting for one person to do it, we'll keep renting hall from one spot to the next. But if we decide to get together and put our 2 cents together we can succeed as Liberians. I'm pleading with you. Whether Leo Moba made you mad, whether you made Leo Moba mad is insignificant to the fact that we are a group of people that deserve better. I'm pleading with you again. Look into your hearts, look into your pockets. Let's make this a reality. This is not about one person, it's not about one administration. It's about all of us. It's been 40 years that we've been singing this song. We can't be in this wilderness that long again. On March 8th, we'll have a community center town hall meeting. This time is not for information. Everybody has been purely made aware of this community center matter. This time is for you to please look in your wallets, your purses, your bank book, wherever you want to look, to please bring your own $100. After April 5th, we want to go look for a center that we all can call our own. On July 26th, we can be in there. Whether we elect anybody here tonight, the point of the matter is Liberia's Independence Day. By grace of God, we will celebrate it July 26th in our own hall. Everybody say amen to that. Amen. I can't hear you. Amen. We in church. Y'all say amen. Amen. Thank you.
Well, when the president is talking, I need a perfect decorum.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be at the Monarch Hall. The venue of this place is 1960 Day Drive. The flyers will be made available for you before the end of this week. Flyers will be made available for you. The Minister for Lands, Mines, and Energy of Liberia, this young man was here all along with us. He went to school here. He will be our keynote speaker. Minister Patrick Sandolo will be our keynote speaker. We'll have some esteemed dignitaries that will be helping us. The Honorable Alice Cummings will also be helping us as well to try to fund this program so we can get this center. We need the help of everybody. We really do. Time is fast spent. I think that is that for all of our regular order business. At this point, I'm going to pass on the protocol. I'm going to transfer authority to the election commission in Elder Salifu Kamara, the chairman of the commission. Elder Kamara and team will be taking over from this point. I need to shut up for a second.
Is the election commissioner, Mr. Kamara, Honorable Kamara, is in the hall? Well, the power has been invested in Honorable Kamara, the election commissioner, and it is announced by the voice of Liberia.
Let's see how far what the time I give them. I'll call you.
When we're going to have election? When we're going to have election for you? Your job.
Part of vote. So for the old people, make sure you are in good financial standing.
because you require good financial standing to be able to vote. And for the new people, you require to pay $20, $10 for registration, and $10 for this month's due.
Adolphus. Tell Stephen Pay to cut that mic.
We will review the process to see how the is coming along, because we know everybody wants to watch this all-important debate. The candidates will have the chance to talk to us, to tell us why they think they are qualified for this position. And we'll also give them the opportunity to ask one another questions. And then eventually we'll take questions from the floor, questions that will be answered by the candidates. Yes, sir. The mic is, I think it's low.
Stephen Pay over talking and stuff.
You get a better mic? We asking each one of the candidates to please send an observer. Like we've always emphasized, we believe in transparency. Like the this is the 9th elections we have been opportune to conduct. We believe in transparency, so please designate someone to represent you at the counting of the ballots. Again, this will be a simple majority rule. So who wins the majority carries or becomes the vice president. And so I just want to listen to my people because I want to make sure that everybody partakes in this whole process.
Thank you.
I just want to list with the finance people to make sure that things are moving smoothly so that we can quickly go into this and begin the process. So if you give me just a few minutes, let me list with the finance people. Mr. Hutchins, please check with the finance and let's see how things are going down.
Hmm? Yeah, you need to send one to him.
Okay, all right. So Dr. Mona will represent me.
Okay, yeah, let him know.
Because of time, let's move quickly into this proceeding. I know you want to see the candidates. Let me move this aside a little bit. Mr. Brad?
Can we start at 5:30?
5:30?
Yeah, that gives people time. Yeah.
Let me go there and see how things are going.
Because people be staying on the line.
Jacob.
I got it. Shake your hand for you.
Do it.
You think you do?
That's your contribution, then just for your tax purposes.
Oh, okay.
But the business you're making with LAMA is tax deductible.
He got you good. Jacob, you can't talk anything. He didn't know how to come out. I like that move. But Jacob, he got you real good.
No, he's all right.
No, that one just caught you off guard.
He's still looking for me.
He said, what I got talking about?
It's for one day.
That's what your full tax was.
All right.
I like that.
Water in your car?
No, I didn't.
Let me check my car.
Okay.
It's hot, maybe that's why.
Hey, Robert, do me a favor. I got something for your dad real quick. I think I should have more for you, but I want to see your dad's one. I'll give yours, okay? I got your dismissal letter. Dr. Muller. That's your contributions for your tax purposes. Okay. We gotta do it right now, a non-profit. Thank you.
No, this is not new. That is the new one, the white drum.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got ace.
Then the people outside more than those inside.
You'll come.
Where the thermostat set up?
It's somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Yeah, please check that. Hey, minute. I may have been calling you or you're not answering my phone call, you're not answering my text.
No, it's not that. There are so many,
I got something for you. Yeah.
so many things happening. But I will have my sympathy here.
Thank you.
I will see you go to the thing there. We will talk.
Okay, I'll make it.
Those chairs are reserved or what?
No, send them, please. They reserve for you.
All right.
The eminent council will be here and we'll have. No, they reserved it for you. Please. It's upon your shoulders that we stand. I can't do that one.
The issue that we're going to run through about the people not getting to be technical is it's a little difficult to know how many people are going to be so that they can get the ballot right. I think with the election commission in there, but they understand it. They say, well, we can't. There's no way they can cut it off because LAMA wants to make.
No, you gotta make the money.
Right.
You can cut it.
Okay. So,
I got to keep money. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, look, they'll be a little bit better now, but they had it on heat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, the well out stuff on the floor. This is bigger than they gave
No, this is the meat.
No, they can't do it. They can't do it. Right? They can't do it.
How to get him, commercial guy. I want to learn from you. That was maybe a couple of weeks ago. I know. I like email. When I send 5 texts, I finish. The dumb phone. Hey, this man I can get tired with it. I can.
You know how we encourage people to actually
Mr. Geppe.
You know how we encourage people
I want you to keep encouraging them.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Keep encouraging them. No, for you. But man, there will be no later. Once the people vote, they're going. You're welcome. Thank you, sir. Thank you. How you doing today?
Okay.
Once the people vote, they're going. So make your thing. I'm signing papers and man, who you for?
You want to introduce him.
No, because I don't want to jump in.
guy that left bluffing business.
That's protocol.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of the Community Center Finance Committee, Mr. William Jala, a resident accountant, will be talking to us about the Community Center financials.
Wow, is this LAMA?
Yes.
It can be happening, man. This is Liberia. What's happening, Nelson? What's happening, Ya? What's happening, Kima? We're proud of you guys, man. You took LAMA to a whole different level. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pass this shit out. We want to maintain this membership every month. Give and take, we got 200 people in here already, and about 100 people out. If each of us paid $100, count that number, $100 times 300 people. The community center is $150,000. We pretty much got about, give and take, $25,000 to $40,000. So with the 300,000, that we can collect 300 people in here, we can collect $100 a piece. We're very close to owning our own community center, and we can have our July 26th event this coming July. I want to encourage all of you, for those of you who have not pledged, those of you who have not actualized your pledge, to please make your pledge. This should not only be because of elections that you're here. It should be an ongoing situation. Our community will assure you that the funds are well protected. Ain't no ants gonna touch the funds. So we are going to get this community center this year. So I want to encourage you, please, actualize or make your pledges. Thank you.
Yeah. So we can count to do that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Well, any pen?
you want pen?
Yeah, please.
Let me volunteer my pen.
We want to begin with Mrs. Yasani Martin Faye. And I don't want to admonish you. This is the most important part of the elections. We want to admonish you to please give them the chance to express themselves. Let's listen to them. Madam Kwaye, come forward and
Be talking to the chairman of the election commission. Robert Gagwa. You can't be talking to the chairman of the election commission. Get out of there. It's too late for that now. It's too late for that. Where are we talking? I said,
hello?
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling him. Okay. So then put it together real quick.
Proceed the front. You got it, Mark? Now please give attention, please. The purpose of which we are here is about to start, is now starting. We are going to hear from the candidates. They're going to tell us in detail or in brief what they are going to do for us when we elect them. That's why electoral process is about. The next on our list here is Mr. Yak Peye, who is now on the floor.
My fellow Liberians.
You keep the noise down, please. We know today is the happiest day in our life. You please cease the noise. Let's listen to our speaker.
My fellow Liberians, may I say again, in union, in strong union, there's success. Let's work together to build a stronger Liberian community in Atlanta. From Lawrenceville to Jonesboro, from Decatur to Loganville, here in Georgia. Here in Georgia, you find almost all of the tribes in Liberia, all 16.
Take your time.
I am.
Back there, close the door.
It's hot in here. It's hot in here. Don't got to open. Please.
What holds us together is our different uniqueness, our tribe. But what brings us together is Liberia. Notwithstanding the challenges before us is this. What we hope for, what I look forward to. We all pray and seek peace in Liberia. We pray for stability in Liberia. We expect accountability and transparency from our leaders. We seek economic opportunities. We desire high quality education for our children. We want our children to excel. In view of all of this, we must begin to ask ourselves a crucial question: why LAMA? Why now? What will you say 5, 10 years from now? Where do you see LAMA? Where do we see ourselves? These questions serve as the drive for us to see the need for collective investing in our children and youth, because they are the hope, the future of Liberia. We shall create, encourage, and broaden opportunities in LAMA for our youth. LAMA should create family-friendly environment or event, cultural, and educational opportunity that will afford our children and youth and our parents opportunity to participate correctly or collectively to achieve our full potential. May I say the reason I came, put my foot forward or came and spoke? I came out as a mother, as a daughter, as a wife, but most of all as a Liberian. For 37 years, even before the president today of LAMA was born, this organization existed and still exists today. But nothing really tangible that we can show as a symbol of its existence. Can anybody here show me anything that we've done that we can point out to. And I think we're in the middle of a very, very crucial project, which is our community center. I've worked years in, year out for LAMA in the back. And when the opportunity came for me to come on the scene and work at a higher level, I took the challenge. That's why I stepped forward. But let me give you a snapshot of my background in the community, because a lot of people say, we don't see her. I don't come to your parties, your everyday party. No, I don't. Hear what I do. In about 90 days, my pastor is here, he can attest to that. We undertook a project to build a church or to renovate a warehouse. In 60 days, in conjunction with my pastor, my husband, we collected less than 20 family members, $30,000. Some of you, most of the pastors in here have been to the church and they know what we've done. The women in this building, they're two beautiful young ladies, very smart, don't have to come out and brag. For 4 years, I observed them, Kima, Nanu, and talking about our teenagers in our community from Lawrenceville to everywhere. They didn't have to be in our church. They feed them, they educate them. Okay. They educate them and they volunteer. For instance, the old-timer, they give back to the community, they help the children, they recognize the old people. What I would like to do is collaborate with these functional organizations. We're already working on that. I suggest that we create a master calendar that all the functional organizations within this community, the county said that when we plan, we are more efficient because we do a lot, little stuff here at every weekend. When we put together, when we are in agreement, we can succeed. And may I say, God said, two men cannot work together unless they agree. This brings me to this. There are a lot of people here who've been, were voted for them, they left, and they came back. Why now? If most of the people are still in power, if the person who you could not agree with before is still here, what is the essence? Is it to stall, or is it to promote? I'm here to help the community. I want something that when I leave is tangible. That my son can come back, that he will not stray away from the Liberian community. The Nigerians go home. That the Liberians come home. That is my goal. Mother Nelson, Mother Gwe has a 50-acre land in Liberia she's been trying to develop for the past 5 years. I visited her, I brought the message for her. These people, we should help. We should come together collectively and help these people to accomplish them, because if you have one child, if you get one child educated or elevate one child, I think you have then done your part in society. We are gifted. God has blessed us all. Let us be a blessing. This is why I step forth.
Right. Yep.
Well, the election commissioner is going to call another candidate to come and speak and tell us what he or she stands for.
Yeah, before we call the next candidate, well, let's just give our candidate a big hand clap.
There you go.
Now we want to call our second candidate for the position of Vice President, running for the position of Vice President, Mr. Nelson Cafe.
All right.
Good evening, fellow Liberians.
Good evening.
Good evening. Before I really get into what I want to talk to you about, regardless, candidate 1, candidate 2, candidate 3, I got to get you all on the same page.
Come on now.
Because today is not about me, about candidate number 1, candidate number 2. I love and respect everyone here, especially the candidates. But Liberians, this is exciting, first and foremost, to have an election that everyone seems to be so energized about. Am I correct?
Yes. Absolutely.
So please, help me a little bit. Let's just step aside from the campaign. Help me. Reply to me, please. When I say, yo, yo!
Yeah!
Yo, yo!
Yeah!
Liberians or Liberians?
Liberians!
Thank you. I take this time to talk about a little bit of the reason why I've decided to run for vice president. And we're here. We've arrived. I'll be very open with you. I made this decision 2 weeks ago. Not a month ago, not 3 months ago, but I came across a situation where I went on my gut feeling. So many people gonna sit on the sidelines and criticize, but guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, I took the opportunity and said, you know what? For whatever it's worth, I will put my name in the hat. Okay? Now, we all here, I don't want to waste your time, but we all have one vision. I'm not even going to argue that point. The community center supporting the current vision of our current president, President Leo Malabai, is something we're all going to agree about. We all need a community center. However, I want to be able to articulate how do we go about getting that community center? Because you are not going to get any disagreement between any one of the candidates about whether or not we need a community center or whether or not that is the #1 agenda. We all agree upon that. So, for the past, since 2002, there's some people here who can attest. While I was in college in 2002, I've been involved in this community. From the Atlanta Lone Star team to the different county associations, the different local churches, everyone here, some form of fashion. Let's not let today, because it's election day, please help me realize and help me remember, when you've called upon Nelson Capet delivered. Nelson Capet was not running for vice president then. Nelson Capet, when called upon by the local school and alumni associations, Brother Capet, we need a little ad, we need a little donation. I'm a young Liberian business owner in this community. They say to whom much is given, much is expected. And guess what? Over the past 4 years, please allow me to speak for myself. I'm not trying to brag, but over the past 4 years, I've invested over $10,400 into this Liberian community. I wasn't running for vice president then, was I? No. I was a community leader by action. Yes. Not trying to run for any position. However, today, it happens to be a situation that I am running for VP. I'm asking you to go with Capet. Vote for me, please. Elect me, because send a message to a lot of the young adults in this community. Yes. The vision my older sister had here is excellent. What she's saying is true about the community center. But what I'm trying to tell you is I am that future. Yes. I have invested into this community, and I'm asking this community to turn around and invest in me as well. With 1 minute left, I want to highlight a few things. Allow me to speak for myself. I don't want to brag on myself, but today I have to speak for myself, because nobody else will. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit about my experience, not because I'm young, but at the age of 28, I started my own business. I got selected as a State Farm agent, and within less than a year, I was ranked 233 out of 18,000 State Farm agents in the country. Yes. I didn't get that because I was popular. I got that because I accomplished results. Yes. I'm result-oriented. Yes. I'm focused. I'm driven. Few organizations that I believe I can bring to the table. You talk about the 100 Black Men of Atlanta. You talk about Rotary Club of Alpharetta. You talk about Fulton County Chambers of Commerce, Cobb County Chambers of Commerce, Atlanta Urban League. These are all communities that I've been involved with, not just the Liberian community. So let's look at that. Somebody has to bring something else to the table outside of this community. And so I tell you today, go with Capet. I've invested into this community. Today I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, I love you all, but I ask you to vote for me. Go with Capet.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, I want to give Mr. Carter a big hand clap. And now we call our third candidate. We call Mrs. Kema Dix.
All right.
Hi everyone. My name is Kema Dix. I am the owner of Kema's Hair Passion, a salon that is located in Lawrenceville, Georgia. I have been working with the Community Center Committee for quite some time. I was sitting and listening to Nelson's speech. We have similar things on our agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, it saddens me to come up and say I've had many family issues. My father, my brother just passed. My mother is dying of cancer. My father, at the age of 97 currently, decides to take his wife home. We've been back and forth for the past 2 days with family issues. And furthermore, I brought my father into America with 45 refugees back in 1992. So my siblings and I have decided, being that I brought my father, I hold U.S. citizenship in America, they nominated me to take my father back home. I stand before thee very sad. There were programs I would have put in place working along with the president, Mr. Leo Moluba. But unfortunately, it's God first, family second. I stand before thee this hour. I would like to give my support to Nelson because we have the same goals and values in common. He works with the international community. Nelson works with the international community. So ladies and gentlemen, please, I ask another businessman like myself, a business lady, to help me carry on this journey for the community center. This is what the community center needs, a business man or entrepreneur like myself. So is he. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please support Nelson Carter. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, attention please, you'll get the floor, you'll get the chance to the election commissioner is about to speak. We need proper decorum in here. Let us respect each other. Yes, it's a very good election. Very challenging one.
It is indeed.
Very good election. Very challenging.
I want to take this time, we've heard our candidate. He said because of family challenges, you will not be partaking in the elections. Her name is already on the ballot. And so it's left with the electorate when you are voting to see who you vote for, since she has already expressed that she will not be taking part in the elections. But her name is already printed on the ballot. And so we want to move forward. We want to entertain questions. We will entertain questions for the candidates. Or we entertain the questions from the floor. Yeah, I will call the representative from the Ministerial Association Reverend Dr. Bright to moderate that process. We'll go ahead and entertain questions from the floor. Mr. Moderator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me just say that we need to be very respectful to these two candidates on the floor. They have expressed themselves very well. And I want to encourage you, if you have any questions, let it be questions that will be more generic, that both of them will have to respond to, and not be very specific to an individual person, because in that way, the entire assembly will benefit from an answer from both of them. Is that okay with everybody? Yeah. Good. Where is our parliamentarian?
I'm right here, sir.
If you have a question, just stand right there, right there. If you have a question, please come over to the parliamentarian, and our candidates will have 1 minute to answer the question. We will give them an opportunity for rebuttal if they need to rebut an answer from another person, and so we give them that opportunity. But because of time, they should be very brief in their answer, so 1 minute will be just as important. So if you have a question, you cannot answer a question from where you are. You have to step out and walk right there to the center aisle where our parliamentarian will be, and your questions can be asked. Please call your name when you're asking your question. And Mr. Parliamentarian, please make sure the person asking the question has a voting identification piece, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Let me remind those who will be asking questions. The two candidates are very nice people with very good academic credentials. I do not want you to detour from the question and be personal. This is a family-oriented organization. So if you come in to attack someone because of your personal angry data, I will not recognize you as the voice of the people.
Mr. Parliamentarian, can you please say what our young lady is saying? And if we have a question, we will limit the question to no more than 5 based on time. So if you can stand behind there, you will be the next person asked. So just please stand. That's a line behind Reverend Wooler. If you have a question, you can stand behind him. This is the first young lady. Please call your name.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. My name is...
No, everybody got to stand over. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tanika Russ, and I do have 2 questions for the candidates. May I ask them both questions? Sure. Okay. Well, my first question is, both of you in your speeches, you did a very good job of running down your track record, so what you guys have done in the community. And so my question is, what can we expect from each of you as vice president? What are some of the tangible things that you all hope to do? Like, instead of, I think you all gave a lot of abstract ideas on what you want to accomplish, but what are some policies or steps that you will put in place to accomplish the goals that you spoke about?
And what's the second question?
My second question is, as a young Liberian, of course, I'm obviously concerned with the youth and the youth contribution to LAMA and the Liberian community as a whole. So I want to know, what do you all plan on doing for people my age and opening doors for us to contribute more to be in the community and to make an impact? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't leave on you all because you guys are getting older, but it does leave on us.
Okay. Policy, tangible policy, and what are you going to do to impact the young adults in the community?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Let's clarify a thing here. If you are to ask questions, it should not be a compound, complex question. It should be a question that will be not hypothetical, but it should be in a way that everyone that will be able to answer your question will meet your expectations. So we pose the question.
Let us be quiet, please, and listen as the candidate gives a response.
Thank you for that question, Ms. Moss. Currently, I'm working with impressive events. What I do is I mentor young girls to become leader of their community, to be able to give back. Second, like I mentioned before, I'm already working with the planning committee at this point. In fact, the last meeting 2 weeks ago at my house, we are creating a calendar where we'll fit everything in, and when we have our, now we have, when we get our hall, we will have a place where people can come for tutoring and mentoring, and secondly, to collaborate with everybody within the community or the functional organization to be able to create a roadmap that we can follow to help the youth. And I'm a youth advocate. You know that, because I take you guys out for outreach and other stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Nelson?
Thank you for your question. First and foremost, you're correct. With such limited time, there's only so much on the platform that we have an opportunity to explain. So going back to the first question you asked as far as what we want to bring as far as policies and procedure, you want to understand, for instance, the value of a group of people has to be quantified and measured. What do I mean by that? When business owners reach out to the Latin American Association, which I've worked with, they are able to, they have something tangible that they can qualify, that they can measure. I hope to bring some business experience. I would like to be able to see the Liberian Association of Metropolitan Atlanta in a position, of course, along with the community center, where businesses and other people around can come to us because there is something tangible.
15 more seconds.
Such as if you have elected officials running for elected offices, they need to know how many Liberians who are U.S. citizens. They need to come to us because there is something tangible. That is at least something I hope to bring and make a part of the association.
All right. Thank you. Next question.
Your name, sir?
Robert Wooler. Don't call me pastor because we're in a political forum now. The question that I have for the both candidates. This administration espoused a view. I want to know, if you become vice president, tell me why I should give you my vote.
Nelson, you start answer the question.
So, thank you for your question. Why you should give me your vote? I asked of your vote, sir, because we talked about community outreach. You talked about community involvement, not necessarily what's been going on the past 2 months or 3 months. I asked you to give me your vote, sir, because I believe in my heart, with the passion that I have, that along with a lot of other people, a lot of other young adults, we are the future. I am coachable, I have business acumen, I have leadership skills. There is a pattern you all have seen in me, not just today. Today I ask you for your vote because you yourself have seen all those qualities in me. I'm respectful, and I'm a man of the people. That is why I asked for your vote today. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Wooler. Why should you vote for me? One of the reasons is I'm already serving this community. And I'm working to accomplish, I didn't just come yesterday and show up. I've been here, I've led the foundation, and I'm doing the elevation. That's one of the reasons. The second reason is that I'm also a business owner. I have 18 employees in Liberia. Okay, so I'm supporting the Liberian community. Not only that, I am mentoring and nurturing the youth within the community to come and take over. So I am leading by example. And I am trustworthy. And I'm not a quitter. I will not walk away because somebody and I disagree. I will be here for the long haul. That's why you should vote for me.
2 more questions, please. 2 more questions.
Well, there's 2 more questions. We have 4 people in line, 4 or 5 in line.
Mr. Parliamentarian, you decide who the 2 will ask the question. The next 2 in line.
Excuse me, sir.
Well, no, we have.
With due respect, excuse me.
Excuse me, Mr. Gagwa. Gagwa Jim. With due respect, we are all Liberians. We are here to exercise our voting rights. So it starts from where the full person starts.
All right, Mr. Parliamentarian.
Okay, my name is Melvin Crawford. I had the pleasure of serving on the board of advisors for a year. One of the biggest problems we have in the community and in LAMA is fiscal probity. We can have the biggest dream about community center and how we want to establish it and how we want to build it up and how we want to do so much. But if we're not responsible with our finances, we're not going to be able to accomplish much. And even what little we accomplish, we're going to have problems enlarging upon it.
I want to direct the question.
Okay. Therefore, my question to the candidates is, I was simply setting the background for the question. My question to the candidates is, when you are elected president of LAMA, what are you going to do? I mean, vice president of LAMA. Vice president of LAMA. When or if you are elected vice president of LAMA, what are you going to do to improve fiscal probity?
Is there something? Can you answer that question first?
Thank you, Mr. Crawford. Before I decided on this, and all of those that I've spoken with, what I say to them is, all of you can come over and vote for me today and leave. It's not going to sustain us. It takes you, all of us here. It has to be collective. I can't do it alone if you vote me in. But if you work with me, if everybody else work with me, because we have to do it together. Because we all, year after year, we all sit back and say, I voted you in, and expect for that person to function and do everything by themselves. I can't do it alone. But if you work for me, yes, I can do it. And I will put plan in place because now it's Leo who's in the lead. What I can do is support him, but when he leaves and I'm in charge, then we have to look at some of the rules and regulations, like the Constitution. Some of them, because they were waiting a while ago, is being modified. It needs to be amended to help us to keep our people. Because if you show us 6 months, every 2 years to vote, and you pay the money and disappear, that's not going to work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question, sir. If I am, first of all, if I'm elected as VP of LAMA, one of the things that I will want to do first and foremost, because regardless of all of the policies you could bring forward, it is important to understand first and foremost that I am a VP, if elected. So therefore, I need to understand how to support the current president. One of the things that I think, to give you a simple answer, I have to have an independent thinking mind. If I have an independent thinking mind, as well as supporting the current president, I believe that simply creates an environment for checks and balances. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question.
The next question, anyone that's going to ask question, this is not a legal argument that you present your case and put a follow-up. So be direct with your question. I'm a parliamentarian, I'm a legal studies.
Thank you, Mr. Parliamentarian. We appreciate what you do.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matthew Gombi. My question for the both candidates, one, or at least is, I'd like to know, do you have a number or figure in mind as far as the Liberian community? You use the word community a lot. Do you know how many Liberians there are in Metro Atlanta? And if you do, usually I will come to a meeting here, and there is half of those that are here today. The only thing that seems to bring us here usually is elections or something towards entertainment.
Second question.
It's still a question, sir.
But that's an argument you present.
No, I'm not making an argument. Excuse me, sir. I pay money and I need the respect. You don't interrupt me. I'm asking a question, okay? So please. So my question here is, do you have a figure of the amount of Liberians that are within Metro Atlanta? And if you do, what are you going to do to at least turn up the participation and the involvement of the amount of Liberians that are here? Because many of us come to these meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very good question. Nelson will answer first this time.
Sir? Thank you. I want to answer your question. So the question is, do we have a figure as to the amount of Liberians that are in the Metro Atlanta? To be honest with you, absolutely no. Straight to the point. Okay? Some people can say 10,000, some people say 12,000. We do not have, we have a ballpark figure. And the administration have done a good job in really tightening up that number and having a better idea of how many people. But to be realistic, we do not have an exact number. What are we going to do? What am I going to do if elected as VP? First and foremost, I plead with you to please vote for me. Okay? If you give me your vote, what I will do with that vote is I have experiences working with different organizations around the Atlanta metro area. We have structure. There is system.
10 seconds, sir.
And I plan on taking a lot of those ideas to see how we can get the people involved by bringing value. People ask, I'm a member of LAMA. What's the value? Can I get a discount here? Can I get a discount there? What value do you have as being a member of LAMA? My hope is, I don't have that answer right now, but I hope to bring some of the ideas that I've seen from other organizations. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. We do have a projection, 16,000 plus or minus 1,000, which about 60% of that would be the youth. So that's the future. And secondly, to answer your question, I would say about 70% of the people in here, they're here to support me because of the bridges that I built over time, or those that I mend, those that I widen, and those people will come along.
Thank you. We got two more people. Two more to go.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Parliamentarian, two questions. One update. I'd like to start with my sister here, and we need to lately divide out the question.
No, hold on 1 minute. You have to ask both questions.
Both questions.
You can't ask a question and come back. So why you have to
I want to
microphone?
ask both of them. I want to ask both of them a question. One question to each person, maybe the next person can rebut. A specific question for her or specific question for him.
Excuse me. The policy has been that the question has to be a general question that both of them will respond to. It cannot be individually specific. That's the policy that we set from the beginning. We want to change the rules in the middle of the question and answer. So whatever question you ask has to be directed to both of them, not one person.
Okay, I'll try to combine the both questions.
Thank you, sir.
The question here is, let's see how can I combine the question. I personally have been a critic of LAMA. I actually came to LAMA because I believe in the present president. I strongly do. I am seeing all the changes in LAMA because of the president we have. When you both were talking, you stated LAMA been in existence before our present president was born, which is true, and there's nothing to show for it, which is also true. You've been a part of it since then, there's still nothing to show for it. So how can you convince somebody like me to vote for you as vice president right now, that I will see you do something when you've been a part of something that you agreed to, have done nothing? And the part two of the question maybe would be to you, Nelson, is that why not?
You know, why not? You've been there before while you didn't run. Is it because the community center it seems to be a reality now, or why not?
Let me rephrase a question, sir. To be honest with both of them, the question is: since you have been a part of LAMA, can you show anything tangible that you've done thus far for both of you all? And the second question is: why at this particular time both of you decide to run to be vice president?
But the issue there is he has a gavel, and when he directly stated before you two come out here that it should be a general question, it turned out to be specific individual attack questions, which we do not condone.
And because there's a merit to the question, it is important that the question is rephrased. Otherwise, the question will be disqualified.
That is correct. You have the gavel.
I accept your apology. You're a good, elegant gentleman. I accept the apology. Are you all prepared to answer that question?
I am.
Okay.
Who goes first?
Yes, she goes first.
Thank you for the question. And I think if you can go back to what I said was, I said I've always worked in the back. Because I'm not seeing any change or changes, that's why I stepped forth. To play a major role, okay, where I can make decisions. That's why I'm here. And secondly, and I think you phrased the question somebody ran before. No, I didn't wake up 1 morning or 2 weeks and say, you know what, this looks good, and I would be popular and join in because I'm a very busy woman. I thought about it. I talked to the elders within the community. I talked to the current leadership, and I said this is what I can do, and that's why I came forth. So I came to stay. Okay, I'm not in a position to change my mind. Like I said earlier on, I am trustworthy. Whatever, any project I embark on, I will see it to the end. I believe in results. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harris, for your question. It was fair. I know you have good intent. Want to address the gentleman's question. If I must keep it real, when any one of us decide to take on an opportunity to serve in any community, the very first thing we do, again, let's be real and honest, the first thing we do, we look at our personal lives. First, we take the time to address our family. Is it in the best interest of our family? If I have 7 kids, I'm not going to be running for VP of LAMA. If I have 17 other things going on, I'm not going to run. And so to answer your specific question, why not then? Well, you know, Mr. Harris, with all due respect, back then I was still growing up. Again, not just now, but if you can go as far back as 2002, whoever was president, at least I used to be in these meetings, and if you come, most of the time I was the only young person in these meetings. So I was still growing up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have our last question.
The last question.
Well, my question goes to the two.
Please call your name, sir.
My name is Mr. James Bay, and my question goes to the 2 vice presidential candidates. This is a Liberian organization. Liberia has many counties, many tribes. We believe that this organization has so much tension that many tribes do not feel that they are somehow acceptable, and some tribes feel that they are superiors in this organization. What mechanism will you put in place in addition to our president to involve every Liberian with greatest opportunity to leadership and to everything in our country, in Liberia? Nelson?
Mr. Payne. Thank you for your question. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
To answer Mr. Payne's question, Mr. Payne, the very first thing that has to happen in order for us to address your question, I'm going to kindly ask you to please vote for me. Because if you vote for me, one of the things that I do bring to the table, and again, we're all family here. You talk about the county and you know, maybe some tribalism and cliquish. Even if we look in the crowd here, we would say that we have a very strong community.
10 seconds, sir.
With the LAMA County Association. I applaud them. They're great people. But they themselves can attest that Nelson Carpet is a very colorful and very diverse individual.
All right now.
Inside the Liberian community and outside. So to answer your question, the very first mechanism is voting for Carpet. That would start the process because of the type of person I am. Thank you, Nelson.
That's it.
Well,
no, Yosemite hasn't answered that question yet.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Pay. I think I said that about a few minutes ago, that I built bridges over time. I live here with I came to this country very young. I didn't have any family here. So I built bridges. Most of my family are from all over Liberia. So I connect with them. Will is shaking her head up there. Her name is Davis or Street. And my name is Ya. So it would be all inclusive. I am not prejudiced, like I said, and I don't discriminate against other people. I think we're all Liberian. And until we start building and looking at ourselves as Liberian, then we'll make the changes that need to be made. This is why we continue to struggle, because certain people feel they're supposed to be here, certain people feel they're supposed to be there. We need to work together. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm already reaching out. Last weekend, I was in Marietta. Marietta group here to say that. So I will continue to reach out, but this is a two-way street. We all have to reach out and build that bridge. That's what I'll do.
Since we've come to the end of the question, we will ask each candidate to give us 30 seconds of closing remark. 30 seconds. Start with Nelson.
My Liberian friends, my family, I come to you to say something very simple. First and foremost, again, I started with this, I will end with this. I appreciate the other two candidates. Not only do I respect them, I love them very much. Everyone in this audience, I hope you know that I love you. I care about this community. Before this election day came, every one of you, sometime or another, have seen me show my appreciation, show my love, through sometimes financial contribution, sometimes through work, volunteering work. And so I say to you, we're all Liberians. I agree exactly like my older sister said. I love you all, but I'm gonna simply ask you, because everyone here we're all great candidates. But I believe that it comes a time Liberians have to invest. Don't wait until it's time for leadership. Invest in me because I've invested in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carpet. Since it took 1 minute and 14 seconds, we allow you to have 1 minute and 14 seconds on that.
Thank you. What I will ask, especially for the women in the audience, vote for me. Tell your daughters they have right to stand up and speak for their community. Give them the voice that let everybody hear them. Give them the courage. If you vote for me today, it will change the dynamics of things. That this is not an all boys club. That we have a voice that needs to be heard. That the women here also have a brain. They're not just supposed to be in the back. We also belong in the front. We can make decisions. We can make kings and queens. Vote for me today. And secondly, I didn't show up today. Again, I'm not sporadic. I plan before I do stuff. I'm not growing up. I've been 22 and on my own. So I didn't wake up yesterday to say, oh, I'm growing up. I would not make this decision and you vote for me and I come back tomorrow and say, you know what, I changed my mind. And then something open tomorrow and I come back and say, you know what, I'm still in the process of growing up. Every year that passes, I say I'm growing up and I'm maturing as I get older. So when you make decisions that affect other lives, think about it before you do it. I thought about this before I came. I've been here, I've worked here, and I continue to work. And this community center, I am part of it. I'm part of it. I pay my dues. Whatever pledges that I've made, I fulfilled it. So I need all of you people to come on board. I'm not just seeking the glory because the glory is almost here. But I've worked, I've earned it, and I ask that you all vote for me today so we can turn a new leaf and start over. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we give both candidates applause? Well, we will not call on